Hi, you're tuning into Chamber Chat with the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce. My name's Emma Brooks. I'm the Director of Member and Community Relations, and my co-host is
Josh Vlahakis.
And our first guest, we're so excited to have Wendy Wilkins from Tutto Bene Wine and Cheese Cellars here. We love talking wine, cheese, and all the fun things that you have in your shop. So, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
I love all those things too, so that works out well.
Yes, well, you're in that business, so that's good you like all those things.
Yes, exactly.
So, for anyone who hasn't heard of Tutto Bene, can you tell them where you're located?
Sure, absolutely. So Tutto Bene is located on 58 Prescott Street in Lowell. So it's like a one-way street, so you just kind of have to go down that crazy tunnel. And I do have some parking on the back and this parking on the street as well. So,
yes. So it's right downtown.
Exactly, downtown. Yep.
Everyone comes downtown, and once you step inside, I feel like I'm in Italy when I go inside your shop.
Exactly.
It's so cute and it's so unique. I love it.
Oh, thank you. I try.
You do a great job.
Thanks.
You must have a lot coming up for the holidays. Can you tell us what you're doing?
Sure, we do. We have a lot coming up for the holidays. I learned a lot from last year. That was the first year I purchased it, so I'm really trying to amplify what I can do for the holiday season. So we have a lot of wine tasting schedules with wine distributors, which is great because they bring in all the new wines that I have in the shop, and everybody gets to try them and taste them and enjoy them. And they're really fun. I mean, I know about the wines, but they know like the whole the grape, the soil, the background, everything about the winery, the grape, and all that stuff. So they're fun when they're in the shop. They engage people. You learn so much from them. So if you definitely check out my website, you'll see what's going on a weekend basis, or Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, any of that good stuff.
I know you're all over social media now.
try.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
And I'm signed up for your emails too, so I love getting those because those keep you informed about what's going on as well.
Absolutely. And I've learned that it's definitely a distinctive clientele that has email or that has social media or vice versa. One sometimes doesn't have the other, so it's interesting to try to keep balance with both in advertising. Yeah.
You do a great job.
Thank you. I try.
So what type of events do you have coming up around the holidays?
Type of events, well, we're going to have wine tastings. I try to do a lot of collaborations as well with kind of different products. So I had Stellar and Dodd in the shop they sell pocketbooks and jewelry. And that was really fun. It was just like girls' night out, come in, sip some wine, buy some jewelry, buy some pocketbooks, and who doesn't like to do that? So we had that last week. We might try to get one of those events in December. And so we also try to do, we're having, I think tomorrow with Cards by Dot. So we're going to do, you come in the shop and you learn how to send cards out, and then you can sip some wine as well. We also are doing a holiday pairing, and that's happening Friday, which is kind of cool as well. And we'll have some, so keep a lookout for our next events that's going to be in November and December, some wine series events that we're trying to do, and an educational series.
The holiday pairing one sounds interesting. What are you teaching people which wines go best with which foods?
That's what we're doing. That's definitely what we're doing, and I'm trying to determine what I can do in the shop because I'm not like a kitchen or anything.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be more on the cold items like appetizers. So we'll probably focus on that, and then probably the dessert piece of it. Everything in between we can just talk about. But I can't really. I'm trying to think how we can bring beef or pork, but I can't really do that.
That would be tough without a kitchen.
I know, exactly, and I don't really want to try that either.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You don't want to mess with that.
Yeah,
Stick
exactly.
with the wine.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll probably have some pairing sheets and whatnot so people can take that away. But yeah, I've been working with one of my wine distributors on those as well, and they're a lot of fun. You get an opportunity to try for this particular one, elevated wines, wines you wouldn't normally buy. So you can try them, and if obviously you like them, you can purchase them as well. So it's going to be a good night.
Yeah, that's how I've discovered a lot of wines through your tastings because there are ones that I never would have tried before, and then you're there, so you might as well try it, and then you're like, oh, I like this a lot more than I expected.
Yep, absolutely. We get that so much. I'll have people that line up, I don't want a Chardonnay. I'm like, well, I can respect that, but why don't you just try it? And then, once they try it, wow, this is really different than what I ever tried. It's awesome. Let's go with it. Perfect. That's what I love.
Yeah.
To get people to try different things, get out of their comfort zone. It's, it doesn't cost you anything to try, and so that's what we try to kind of be a person to push that, to try the wines and enjoy them.
You have a lot of unique items too. I know, the thing that comes to my mind is the blue champagne that you sell.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had never seen that anywhere else before, and I still haven't seen that anywhere in the Greater Lowell area. So
that's my point.
Now that's why I go to you whenever I want that. And every time I brought it somewhere for a party, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool! Where did you get that?" So it's one of those unique items that you have that you can't find in just a standard liquor store. So it's nice.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. And don't you feel when you drink that it's so elegant?
I
The
do.
blue bubbly. Oh, it's just
I
delicious.
feel very fancy.
Yeah,
when I
that's
have that
right.
in my hands.
That's right. That's right.
Now, selling beyond the shop, I know you
Yes.
do a lot of that. So
Yes.
can you tell us more about it?
Sure. I recently was asked to go to the Worcester Wine Festival and people could demo my cheese and they could also purchase it as well. So that was something completely new for me. I'm like, well, okay, I'll give it a shot. So it's a lot of preparation and everything. So I did all that and I brought some unique products as well. I have some really insanely unique like honeys from Greece. It's just, they're so interesting and yummy. Brought in some really nice high-end olive oil as well. And then I took that to the show. And then I took, my smoked maple syrup. Like everybody loves it. I'm like, oh, I'll take that to the show just to see. So we sold out of like almost everything.
Awesome.
So I started to say, you know what, where else can I do this? Like,
Yeah.
can I do this anywhere else? So I'm going to be doing the Chelmsford Agway Farmers Market. They have a winter farmers market. It's from November to February. So I'll be doing that on a couple of Saturdays, like 2 Saturdays per month. So I think in the summer, so we'll do that in the wintertime, see how that goes. And if it does well, I think I'll try to do some more farmers markets in the summer to bring in some extra revenue.
That's
So,
great.
Yeah, everybody just like, I brought unique cheeses, and again, people was like, wow, this is just fantastic. And it was just another way just to kind of get out there, get the name out there, and it was a very big success. So I'm anxious to see how Chelmsford's going to go.
That's great. That's
Thank
so
you.
exciting.
It
So
is.
people from other areas, I know sometimes a lot of people say about downtown Lowell it's hard to find parking. So this is a way that they can get to know you and try your items without having to deal with that.
Exactly.
Which is
exactly.
great.
Yeah. It sounds like it's a very vibrant too farmers market. So they have all kinds of products. It's going to be, we're talking like 20, 25 vendors at Agway. So wow, yeah, it's going to be great.
I'm sure your table will be a popular one.
I hope so. I think she's been looking for a change vendor for a while, so she was pretty excited as well. So if she's excited, then I'm excited, and so I'm sure it's going to be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you've been talking about what you do around the holidays. Are you willing to delve a little bit more on what you do for customers around the holiday season?
Sure. One of the things we do a lot for holidays is holiday gift baskets. We're like a huge, people call us up all the time, and they call from all over the country. Like I have people come from California or Florida. Can you send a basket? And they're all locally. So we do a lot of gift baskets. We do deliveries on gift baskets, either local or even we've gone pretty far.
I didn't know that you do that.
We
That's
do.
Great.
Yeah, we do. We charge a fee
Yeah.
depending on how many miles it's out from the shop. But yeah, we do a lot of gift baskets. What makes it nice is that either we have some corporate accounts and people can just call them up and say, hey, you know what? I want 5 baskets. This one's going to this one. This one's going to that one. This is my price points. So they tell me what they want. They give me their price points and the addresses, and I deliver them, and boom, they're done. So they just pick up the phone, give me the information, and that's it. So we try to make it easy.
That is so easy.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
a fun workshop too, because could be like a fun craft night. You could teach people
Right.
how to create the baskets.
I could, and it's not. It's fun, and it's not really that hard. Yeah, it would be fun.
But you do a great job, because I feel like every basket is different. You never see the same one.
Right.
And that is
Right.
what's nice for the customer, because it does feel like a unique gift. And
Right.
I know you make them yourself, and
I do.
They're beautiful. So.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and I try to put, like you said, unique goods. I have a lot of unique dry goods, Italian imports and stuff that I bring in, or I do local stuff. I have local chocolates and things like that. And like everything I bring in the shop, I try. So I make sure it's got to pass like my test. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And everything is good. It's not like when you get baskets online. A lot of things are fillers. Like you're like,
Yeah.
what is this? Like I have normal stuff.
Yeah.
High quality, really good things, really good items. And that's the uniqueness of it, you know?
And you don't just have wine; you have cider as well, and
right.
and craft beers.
Yep.
You have a lot of different things.
We
So
do. We do.
If people aren't necessarily wine drinkers, you have options for them.
Absolutely. And I've had people call me up for non-wine baskets. I have a standing account where someone just, they want baskets, but they don't want any wine in it. So that's a lot of fun, because
Yeah.
you can like, $100 basket can make all kinds of cool stuff in it,
can fill a lot with that, I'm sure.
Yeah. So you're right. We do have the ciders and the craft beers, and we have cigars as well. And I do put cheeses in there. Like if it's a local delivery or if they're going to pick it up, I get specifics. I can do cheese, but the timing has to be right. You know what I mean? Because it's cheese.
I'm coming to you for Christmas because every year my uncle, I always get him a bottle of wine and a nice cigar. So
Nice.
that's one-stop shopping right there with you.
Perfect.
So.
Perfect. I love that. Awesome. Good, good, good.
Now, you mentioned you love collaborating with other people. Do you have any other collaborations coming up that you want to tell us about? Or can you tell people what types of businesses you're looking to collaborate with so maybe someone who's watching could reach out to you?
I've actually had somebody reach out to me who does flower arrangements. So we might do
Nice.
something with that. We're still kind of working out the details. Anything that can be, obviously, have to bring it to the shop, whatever we're doing, has to be advertised properly and has to be kind of streamlined of what we need to know specifically what we're doing to get that out to everybody. So to me, it doesn't, as long as it kind of makes sense with wine, I'm really up for anything, but it has to be a good, viable product, and I guess that would be it, just something that kind of does pair with wine or wine drinking or drinking, just within a good setting type thing, if that makes sense.
You're really flexible because you've done cards, you've
Yeah.
done jewelry,
Yeah.
you've done, I think, clothing, you've
We've
done
done
a
clothing.
lot of different things.
Yeah, we've done essential oils. We've done Juice Plus. Some of those things, it's either up or down, and it's tough to find sometimes the right timing for those, when to do them and not to do them. But I always try, and if everybody's willing to try once, then okay, we're good with that, But I really enjoy the educational series that we've done. This is the third class we're doing, the holiday wine pairing, scheduled, and then we'll probably be doing something. Maybe there'll be like a bubbly, maybe for December. Might have a little bubble class, which would be kind of fun.
Fun.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
timely too. So you're going to talk about champagne and
Absolutely.
stuff for,
Yeah.
for the new year.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's on everyone's shopping list for New Year's Eve, I think. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, in addition to all these events that you've mentioned, you have regular events, like you have recurring tastings at the shop.
Yes, we have, like we talked about earlier, we have a tasting in the shop. What I've tried to do this year is definitely do a tasting, and we do it all day on Saturdays. And like last Friday, we actually had a craft beer tasting, which was nice. So that was kind of a cool, like, little diverse thing to do. But yeah, we have wine tasting in the shop every Saturday. If it's a wine distributor tasting, it's going to be more a definitive time frame. Like this Saturday, we're doing, the Halloween bash. So we're on the route. So after that, from 2 to 5, we're going to have the wine tasting. So we're going to have a rep do that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So they're either all day from me doing it, or they're rep driven, and they're more timely in what time frame. So again, just check all my social media stuff and you'll figure that out.
Yes, so pretty much wine tastings every weekend, which is great.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely. And another thing that you mentioned, weekends, just let me throw this in there. We are going to be opening Sundays in November and December from 12 to 5. So
Nice.
Just throwing that out
Just
there.
to make it more convenient for people with the holidays coming up.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah.
You think of everything.
Well, we try. Thank you.
We only have about a minute left. Can
Sure.
you tell everyone your contact information and your location and all your information you want them to know?
Sure. So again, Tutu Bene Wine and Cheese Cellars. We're 58 Prescott Street, right in downtown Lowell. You can. Our website is Tutu Bene Wine and Cheese Cellars. I have an Instagram account, and I have a Twitter account as well. And then our phone number is 978-459-9463.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being
Oh,
here.
you're welcome. Thank you.
We
Thank
always
you.
love having you on and talking about wine and cheese. Such fun
good.
topics.
Oh, good. It's all good, right?
Yes, definitely.
All right. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here.
All right.
And thank you for tuning in. We'll be back with our next segment of Chamber Chat.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your GED.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future and sign up for free classes now at yourged.org.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things.
like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Hi, we're back with our second segment of Chamber Chat. My name is Emma Brooks. I'm the Director of Member and Community Relations for the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce, and my co-host is...
Josh Vlahakis.
And our second guest is no stranger to Chamber Chat, TV, radio, everything. We have Jim Wild from the Merrimack Valley Housing Partnership here.
He's strange, but not a stranger.
Not a stranger at all. So can you tell us a little bit about the Merrimack Valley Housing Partnership to start off for anyone who may not be familiar with it?
Sure, be happy to. The Merrimack Valley Housing Partnership is a private nonprofit organization. We've just celebrated our 31st anniversary, so we've been around for quite a while.
And you've been there for 25
I've
of
been there
those
for
years.
25 this week, actually. It's quite
Very
the milestone for
exciting.
me.
Congratulations.
We just figured out before we went on the air that it was Josh's entire life I've been working
Yes.
with the Housing Partnership. Anyhow, our mission is to promote responsible and sustainable home ownership opportunities, and we do that primarily by educating first-time home buyers. So we run a comprehensive program to teach people from soup to nuts, all the way from thinking about buying a house to being in their house and owning it. And preparing for it, credit history, applying for mortgages, the entire search process. So that's our main thing.
And you do a great job because I've taken the class, so I can attest to how helpful it is.
I'm as a graduate.
I am. So for anyone who's not familiar, can you tell them what Project Genesis is?
Sure. Project Genesis is the name of the homebuyer training class that we offer. And Project Genesis is basically a 10-hour course that we teach over the course of 4 evenings or 2 Saturdays. And we teach a good portion of it ourselves, and we also bring in guest speakers to supplement what we do. We bring in a lender, a home inspector, a real estate broker, and an attorney to cover their aspects of the purchase process. And we work with all of the local lenders, all the different professionals. So over the course of a year, we'll probably work with 20 different lenders. And so every month when the class is conducted, it's done with a different set of professionals. So we work with a lot of different people. And we probably average somewhere between 700 and 800 families each year that go through the classes.
It's amazing.
And we do the classes in 3 languages. We do them every month in English. We do them every other month in Khmer. And we do them every other month in Spanish. And we've also done the classes in Arabic and Burmese on occasion.
Wow.
So, and
Do you
we're,
teach
we're
those?
actually considering doing a class in Hindi right now.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
yeah, I do. I'm involved with all of them, but actually we have Spanish-speaking staff. So Ed teaches primarily the English. He does the Spanish classes. I do the English along with Ed, and then I work with for the Cambodian community. We team up with CMAA, Cambodia Mutual Assistance Association, which has been a really wonderful partnership over the years. So we work with Savannah Poov and the gang at CMAA, and that's a really nice partnership. They host the classes and promote they bring the audience, the participants. We bring the curriculum and teach it. And we do as much in Khmer as we can, and when we don't have a Khmer professional, we do it in English with Khmer translation. So it's great.
That's great. You have so many options for a lot of the people in the city of Lowell. So even the non-English speaking ones, it's great.
The key is get them there. You know, get people there before they start the process, so they make the right decisions, that they prepare themselves properly, building the right credit history, and selecting the best professionals to work with.
Is Project Genesis accredited?
Yes, it's. Well, we're accredited by something known as the Massachusetts Home Ownership Collaborative, which is under the umbrella of the Citizens Housing and Planning Association, which is a CHAPA, which is a statewide housing advocacy program. So there's about 50 agencies in Massachusetts that do some type of homebuyer education. And we've all worked together over the years and have put together a common curriculum. We have a code of ethics that we abide by. And so we have and so anyone that follows the curriculum, abides by the code of ethics, and does ongoing training and all of the things associated with that, has what's known as a seal of approval from the selection committee. So that's an accredited course, which means that all the different cities and towns across the state that may have down payment assistance programs and the different lenders we'll honor the certificate from someone completing any one of those, a training from an accredited agency. So I was actually involved with forming the curriculum, the collaborative about 20 years ago, and it's been really great because it's what it's done is it's really improved the quality of the training and the consistency across the state. So all the people teaching the classes have continuing education themselves, and that everybody abides by a code of ethics, and so it's benefited all of us.
Now, why do you think it's so important for someone to take one of these classes before they decide to buy a house?
Buying a house is one of the most complicated, emotional, expensive processes. Emma's nodding.
It's true.
Yeah. Even if you know what you're doing, it's nerve-wracking, and there are so many things that can go wrong. I mean, so it's a matter of just being properly prepared, and above all, I think picking the right professionals to work with. Working with the right lenders, attorneys, home inspectors, real estate brokers, to make sure that you're dealing with people who are really reputable, have good products, have good customer service, and help guide people through the process. So there's there's a lot to prepare for home ownership in terms of being mortgage ready when you walk into a lender, that they're going to positively look at your application and your work history, your credit history, that you've got proper down payment and savings. You don't need to have a lot of money. You don't need to be perfect, but you need to be on the right track.
Yeah.
And so we kind of get people on the right track. Sometimes people are ready, in 2 weeks, and sometimes people are ready in 5 years. Really depends on where they are in life, but we really work with them individually after the classes and get people, thinking the right way, budgeting, building credit, repairing credit.
It's so important, and you have, I know, such an extensive sheet to track your budget. And when you gave that to us at the class, I looked at it and I was like, wow, there's things on here that I do spend money on that I wouldn't even think to add up in my monthly expenses, because they're such small expenses, but they do add up, and it really it shows you how much money you're using on other things that could go towards a house. That's pretty crazy.
One of the things we teach in the classes, and I do this myself, I carry it with me all the time, is this little notebook that's in my pocket. It's all beat up. And every time I spend money on anything, I write it down. Like today, I got a haircut, $20.
Wow.
I got my money's
Looks
worth.
good.
So anyhow, every time, so we get people to track all of their expenses. So it is all those trips to the coffee shop, to the fingernail place, to whatever your guilty pleasure is. To have people to be really aware of the impact of what they're doing. And so we spent a lot of time. I designed that budgeting worksheet because I did a lot of research and didn't really like anything that I saw online that was out there being used. So I just decided to put something together that kind of works the way my brain works. And
Yeah.
and
It's
that's what we
great.
share with the
It
class.
accounts for literally everything you could think of in terms of expenses, so it's very helpful.
Yeah, we had fun coming up with that.
I'm
And then we have
sure.
another category called other expenses.
Yeah.
Things that we couldn't think of.
Are you willing to share with viewers when and where your classes are?
Sure. We actually put the schedule together a whole year in advance. I just did the whole schedule for 2018. So it's on our website, which is mvhp.org. And pretty much every month a new class starts. And so the best way to register or to learn more about it is to go to our website. And we have program descriptions and the schedule for the whole year. But the classes that we do every month in English, we do on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. So it's Tuesday and Wednesday nights, 2 weeks in a row. So there'll be, in each class is 2.5 hours. And we do the classes at Middlesex Community College, right downtown Lowell. We're on Middle Street. Middlesex has been a wonderful collaborator for all the years that I've been there, 25 years. And they allow us to use their state-of-the-art classrooms for free, which is wonderful.
Now, when someone graduates from the program, what other support can they expect to get from you after they finish it?
The first thing they can do is sign up for counseling, individual counseling, and that's an opportunity to meet with our home-buyer counselor, Ed Alcantara. And Ed will sit down with people. It usually takes about 2 hours, and he'll go over their all their personal information. He'll look at their credit history, their work history, their tax returns, their budget, and help them figure out where they are. Are they ready to buy a house? If yes, what are the best programs out there that will match their criteria, their profile? If they have other issues that need to be addressed, like building or improving credit or saving more, whatever, he'll counsel people about how to do that so that they will become mortgage ready down the road. So that's the first thing we do is counseling.
He's so knowledgeable, and there are so many programs out there that your average person wouldn't know about. So meeting with him really is so helpful and so valuable, and it's great that you guys offer that even after graduation.
The only thing you have to do is you have to be prepared when you meet with Ed.
Yes.
He gets mad if you're not. So he's
you
very,
don't want to make him mad, I don't think, either.
You stay on Ed's good side. No, Ed's fabulous. I mean, Ed really, as you said, knows the products inside and out.
He does.
And he's very explicit about what you need to bring to the meeting with him to really make it worthwhile. 'Cause it's really only helpful if you come prepared.
Yeah, he
So-
gives you all the material. He gives you all the instructions on what to bring. So if you don't have it, I mean,
Yeah, you know, and Ed is probably Ed is probably the one person who knows more about the mortgage situation and the banking situation than anybody I've ever met, because he sees it from he sees everybody's products and all the lenders from their point of view about what's out there. So, which is so important because every individual that comes through the training has a different circumstance, different credit histories, different amounts of savings, different work histories, different incomes, different amount of debt. So everybody doesn't fit into the same mortgage program. So his job is to try to figure out if you're mortgage ready, and then who out there has the best mortgage product that matches your profile. Whether that's the MHP1 mortgage program, or the mass housing program, or whether it's a portfolio product that a local individual lender will have, or whether it's Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, VA, the whole alphabet soup of different mortgage products.
that's a ton of research if you're not knowledgeable and if you don't enjoy that. It's so nice to have someone like Ed who already has all the answers for you that you can just easily sit down with. I'm sure it would take much longer than 2 hours researching it yourself, so it's nice that you guys have him and people can utilize his knowledge for
And it's
themselves.
always changing too. So he's in touch every day. He probably talks to 20 different people about what's happening with mortgage products and people calling to share information about new programs and problems that a program is having or whatever. So yeah, he's pretty. He's like a walking encyclopedia.
He definitely is.
That and boxing. You can tell you about boxing.
He's a man of many trades. Believe it or not, we only have a couple minutes left.
Okay.
Time flies. So can you give everyone your contact information, let them know how they can get more information about you guys?
Sure. It's the Merrimack Valley Housing Partnership. The website's mvhp.org, or just call us on the telephone, 978-459-8490. Hasn't changed in 31 years. And that's it. Or call us anytime or check out our
You're
website.
on social media as well,
We're on
too.
Facebook, and we just passed 3,000 followers.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
so
huge.
I know it's huge. I've been working on that for quite a while because we do a home buyer of the month profile every month, and I feature it through direct emails, but also through Facebook. And we've been boosting it over time, which means it goes to all the people who are friends of the people we profile. So so all the comments are about them,
Yeah.
not about us. And so it's been a great marketing tool for us.
That's
So, yeah,
great.
3,000. It took a long time to break the 3,000 mark. I was like 2,950 forever. And then
Just a few more.
Calling up my friends, can you like me? So, yeah.
Well, that's great. Congratulations, Jim, and congratulations on 25 years there.
Thanks
That's
very much.
amazing.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. We'll have to have you on next year and hear how the 26th year is going.
Yeah, 25 will be so last year.
Exactly.
But thanks so much for the opportunity to promote the
Thank you.
program.
Yeah, thanks for being
Great.
here, and thank you for tuning in. We'll be back with our final segment of Chamber Chat.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey, Gabby, how you doing? How's the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way. Hey, guys, what are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah!
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi, babe. How was school today?
Hi, Dad. It was great.
Okay, honey. I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Got a quarter?
Hi, we're back with our final segment of Chamber Chat. My name's Emma Brooks. I'm the Director of Member and Community Relations for the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce. My co-host is
Josh Vlahakis.
And our final guest, we're really excited to have Liana Moran here. She's from Summit Elder Care and Fallon Health. Welcome.
Thank you.
So you're the site director.
I am.
And you guys are located on right behind the Duval campus on Varnum Ave, and you've been there for about 2 years, correct?
Correct. Yep. We're the newest building on the back of the campus. If you were to take the second entrance into the Duval campus, big, beautiful new building right along the woods.
It is beautiful, and the signage makes it very easy to find, which is great.
Yes.
And so you're a healthcare services organization, and you have health plans, programs, and services for people of all ages.
We do.
And Summit Elder Care is a PACE program. Now, for anyone who's not familiar, can you tell them what PACE is and who it's for?
Sure. So PACE stands for Program of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly. PACE is a nationally recognized program funded through Medicare and Medicaid. We're fortunate to have PACE here in Massachusetts because it's only in 31 of the 50 states.
Wow.
But still growing, always growing. There are over 120 PACE programs across the country. So Fallon has been offering PACE since 1995.
Wow.
So it's just one of our products, and it's grown over the years. We now take care of over 1,200 participants, with our Lowell site being the newest site. But I'd love to tell you about the eligibility for the program, just because it's a brand new concept up here in the Merrimack Valley.
That'd be great.
So we take care of folks that are 55 and over. And our mission is to keep frail elders living in the community safely for as long as possible. So we're a good match for folks that live in their own home and the family's really committed to meeting all their needs in their home. So 55 and over. Secondly, they have to live within our service area, which is pretty broad. We cover all the way up into the Andovers and down into Concord, out towards Shirley and Pepperell, and of course the whole greater Lowell area. They have to be deemed as safe to live in the community. So in other words, our team meets with them before we enroll folks into our program to make sure that we're a good fit and we really can keep them safe in the community. And lastly, they have to be what we call nursing home certifiable, which just means that they do actually qualify to live in a nursing home, but their goal is to stay at home. But they do have those needs and they need that assistance.
And I'm sure a lot of the people that are watching have family members or friends or someone who falls into some of those categories, and the services you offer make it a relief for them that they're able to keep their loved one in their home and still not have to worry about them throughout the day.
Yes, I've always referred to the PACE program as the best chance to stay in the community, just because we wrap around services around the person, and our goal is to take care of them through the end of life. So no matter what happens along that plan, we're really partnering with the family to keep them in their own home.
Because a lot of people, I'm sure, are so much more comfortable in their own surroundings that they're familiar with.
Right.
So that's so important to not only them, but their family members as well.
Yep, absolutely.
So you mentioned an essential goal being to keep these members in the community. Would you be willing to elaborate on how Summit Elder Care works so that frail seniors stay living in their own home as they grow older, and that caregivers receive support?
Sure. So really the magic of PACE is our interdisciplinary team. When you come to our day center, all under one roof, we have this whole team working together to take care of all of our participants. And that's how we keep things from slipping through the cracks, and we're able to be really proactive and preventative with our care. So every day, at a big long table, the whole team sits together to discuss all of our participants, and every decision that we make, big and small, in terms of what services we're going to provide to them, is made by the entire team. So we're really all on the same page.
Yeah, that's so important. That's great.
So physical therapy, occupational therapy, social work, home care, the physician, the transportation coordinator, A to Z, we're all there every step of the way. So it's teamwork like nothing else you've ever seen, basically.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes.
Now, I've been lucky enough to come to your building. We had a mixer there and it was beautiful. But for anyone who hasn't been, what would they see when they walk through the doors?
So basically our building has two sides. It's one big circle and all open. But on one side of the building we have our offices, where you can rarely find us because we're everywhere. And on the other side of the building is the area for our participants. We have a huge amount of space for folks to spend their day there because we have adult day health as part of our services. So a lot of people are coming 1 day a week, 2 days a week, up to 5 times a week to spend the day with us. So we have a beautiful day room and patio where we hold activities all day long and serve a nice hot meal. We have little extras like a library with computers and even a hair salon.
I love that. That's awesome.
Look good, feel good. So that's what we're all about. And then we have the clinic where folks see our physician. Our physician becomes their primary care provider when they join our program. So we're doing all of their well visits, but also meeting urgent care needs. If someone's not feeling well, we're going to whisk them into our clinic.
That's great.
And then we even have a rehab gym. So we have our physical therapy and occupational therapy right on site. So if that's something that our senior needs, we can provide it right there while they're there with us for the day.
That's great. That's so convenient. And especially with Lowell General being so close, if there ever was an emergency, you guys are in a great location to provide the services that you do.
Yes, yeah, we're lucky. We have a great relationship with Duville right next door. We're partnering with them. They serve as an inpatient rehab facility if one of our participants needs inpatient rehab, but they also provide like our housekeeping and our food. So it's truly a partnership. And then the hospital has been phenomenal as well. They work collaboratively with us, so the goal is to provide as much care as we can outside of the hospital, within our clinic and within folks' homes, but we have that great relationship with the hospital as well.
That's awesome. I know that when I was there, we were taking a tour, and there was a gentleman who said your program literally saved his life. And he made sure to tell us that you guys were not giving him seconds on the food to get him to say that. He was like, they don't pay me to say this. I really love it here so much. So I was like, it's great to see. And it's nice to come and take a tour for anyone who might be interested. Do you let them do that?
Absolutely. Folks can call ahead if they really want to set up, a time for their family to come in and some dedicated time, or you could just drop in. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Like I said, we're the building furthest back along the beautiful Dracut State Forest if they drive into the Duville campus. And I can give our phone number, our website, whatever's easiest.
Well, being able to hear about all the work that you do is really wonderful. I would like to know how many and what types of jobs that Summit Eldercare will bring to the city of Lowell.
Sure, that's a great question. Right now we have about 20 employees at our site, since we're still in the growing phase. When we're full, we'll have 50 employees working at our site. So that's everything from health aides to nurses, social workers, activity staff, home care nurses that are going into the homes.
That's
So
great.
very
So a wide
comprehensive.
variety of options.
Yes. Yep.
That's great. We love to see you helping the economy, helping the community in more ways than one. Not only through the services you provide, but through the jobs that come with those opportunities.
Right. Yep.
So is there anything else you want people to know? We have a good amount of time, so if you have any special features that you want to tell them about that you guys offer, feel free.
Sure. Since we have some extra time, I'm going to tell you about the history of PACE, just again because it's a brand new concept to this area, and it helps folks to get an idea of how and why we're meeting our mission. So PACE started back in the 1970s in the San Francisco Bay Area, and it kind of reminds me of the Lowell area because it's a very diverse region. So at the time in the 70s, they were experiencing an influx of immigration, which we're familiar with here. Folks from all different countries, China, the Philippines, Italy, and they were finding that within these groups, it wasn't really culturally acceptable for them to put their loved one into a nursing home as their needs increased. And the challenge right here in America was that both husband and wife or son and daughter. They all had to work to make ends meet.
Yeah.
But they wanted to be able to take care of their loved ones in their own homes. So a couple of really committed professionals thought, geez, what if we had one building where we brought all of these elders for the day, gave them a hot meal, a safe place to be, and provided all of their medical care while they're there. So we're kind of accomplishing everything we need to accomplish, and then provide home care when they're home. And that was the idea. So it really started as a demonstration project without the funding in place, just trying to see if it would work. And over time, they were able to prove to Medicare, the federal government, and to some of the state Medicaid programs, look, we're saving money because they're not in a nursing home. And that's better quality of life. That's where they want to be, is in their home.
Definitely.
So I just think it's neat that in a city that reminds me of San Francisco, in that we have all these different cultural groups and different value systems in terms of how we're going to care for our loved ones. I think it's special that we now have that option.
It definitely is. I know personally my grandmother, she has dementia, so she has to go to a day program, and that gives my aunts so much. They take care of her, they're her caretakers. It gives them so much freedom and flexibility. They can still keep their jobs, they can keep her in the home, and it means so much to not only her but to them as well.
Right.
So she's able to be comfortable in her own environment, and it's programs like yours that make it possible. So we're so lucky in this city to have people like you doing what you do, and it really makes a huge difference.
All right.
Can you give everyone your contact information so they can get in touch with you if they want to schedule a tour or just get more information in general?
Absolutely. Our phone number is 978-427-6810. And summiteldercare.org has a lot of great information on our Summit Elder Care PACE program. My email, if email works for folks, is Leanna, leanna.moran@fallonhealth.org.
Awesome. Thank you for being here and for
Thank you
telling
for
us more
having
about what
me.
you do.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Josh.
Nice to meet you as well.
We're happy to have you back anytime.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you for tuning in to another episode of Chamber Chat. We'll be back next month with a new set of guests.